Hello everybody and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. I hope y'all enjoy this playthrough. I really enjoyed the game. As always, thank you for watching. It really helps no matter how many people I get, it helps. So I really appreciate y'all for watching my content and just thank you. And without further ado, let's enter the madness. Hopefully it'll let me go back a little bit because I messed around and accidentally missed some stuff, so here we go. Oh. The Shambler. Well, fuck. Oh well. Da, 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 da. Alright, yeah, I've already seen this part in the last episode, so...
What the hell was that? Is this dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Far from possessing the talents of Sarah Hawkins, Sanders drew a dagger with a tortured form down to the smallest detail. Hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate the view. I hope you enjoy the stream. The guard carries a strange esoteric symbol, a reoccurring feature of his correspondence with Sarah. Alright. This fuck is that? Oh, no.
Maybe I can use this dagger.
Damn. Wait. Ah, fuck. Sorry about the swear words, YouTube. Alright. So, I've taken it. I get the dagger. And I run for my life. And kill the painting, apparently. Alright. I highly recommend this game if you thought about buying it. Like, so far this year, this is one of my favorite horror games. I have not stopped playing it since I bought it yesterday, so... Alright.
What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger.
Oh, you are one ugly son of a bitch. There we go.
What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Go, go, go.
Damn it! Thing came out of this bank. Maybe if I destroy it.
What am I supposed to do?
What the hell was that?
Oh, that's not nice. Let's try this again. I went the wrong way.
What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger.
Bye. Go on by. Go on by, buddy. I'm sorry about this, y'all are probably gonna see me die a lot. I think I know what I gotta do though. I got to
What the hell
take
was
my
that?
time, get to the
Maybe I can use this dagger.
make sure this thing isn't right behind me.
What the hell was that? Maybe I can use this dagger.
Oh, I gotta find the right one. Oh, that would explain it. That's not the right one. I found it. So I gotta find the right dagger. Nope.
Damn. Did it hear that? This dagger looks different.
Oh god.
What's the matter with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
No. I missed some stuff in here. Oh. That sucks. I missed some information in there, but ain't nothing I can do about it now. Yeah, I missed a whole sanity thing. Meet the Shambler. It is in Francis Sanders' private gallery that Pierce discovers the identity of the Shambler, a huge artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins. When Pierce approached it, a creature burst forth from the painting and immediately chased after him. The beast from another dimension has such a hold on the mind of a person who finds himself in the presence that a simple glance in its direction is enough for Pierce to lose some sanity. Pierce finally managed to send the Shambler back into the painting, using a dagger engraved with a strange symbol, but this encounter has left a mark on the psyche of the investigator. Still under the influence of the creature, he almost stabbed his own hand. Those in a minute. See, I missed so many. I actually missed some stuff.
Where's the bookseller? Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century. The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers placed truth on the same footing as a religion. What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
The collection of catalogs and this collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I have never heard of, divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. Presents itself as a reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. Oh. Alright, it's a occult. I'm up to 25% on occult. I'll read that in a second. I think I'm gonna go through all of those and read them in just a second. See if there's any more I can pick up. Seems like a whole lot of knowledge just worn on to me. Oh, don't want to go in here yet. Oh.
What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work. To whom does this footprint belong? No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then? What killed all these animals? What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins?
Hey, thanks for the review. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the stream.
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe. Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Alright. A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and my bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they be recovered. Let's see. The game is actually really good. I really enjoy it so far. If you like really good psychological horror games, I'd highly recommend it. Like I said, I've enjoyed it so much already, so. Alright. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still
The voice
in this.
actor is the same voice actor in Vampire.
Huh. I didn't know that. I haven't played Vampire yet. Let's see. That they be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother, if she's still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combined in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as celebrated, another says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of imagination. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver the content into the safekeeping of it. My friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you or suffer from your actions.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Apparently.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
Alright. This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of the cylindrical medallion, hanging at the end of the heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. Impress cuttings that mention the misdemeanor. The date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Alright, so I gotta try to find that artifact apparently. I'll read that one in a little bit. Alright, so
Arkham editions. Never heard of them.
so many books.
How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions. Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Edition. Arkham Editions. Never heard of them. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions. Things are not looking good.
Darkwater history.
A kind of chalice.
Maybe.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Alright, so I think...
The Queen has little protection. The Chalice of Knowledge.
Oh, let's listen to it again. Just make sure.
And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess, I am willing to pay.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so 5. Second.
Red rocks, like precious stones, and these red rocks, like precious... I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension
1,
grows.
2,
We shall
3.
refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
There are 1, 2, 3. So I think 3 because they're not on the board. And then the last one was...
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seems particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of...
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
3.
What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
Let's see, I gotta look up Roman numerals. I don't know my Roman numerals. Roman. IX, so IX.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
Oh, there's only one volume, number 9. Please be right. Please be right.
What did Drake say about this collection?
Alright, go back.
The Queen has little protection.
Alright, so I might be
Finally
wrong.
understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe, just maybe this is 4. Nope. Let's see.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seems particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake would... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume.
Maybe it's not in here. See, I missed that. Wait, if I can't find it. Nope.
So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. What am I doing wrong here? I really do think this is 3.
What did Drake say about this collection?
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those, dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seems particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them. And these red rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It
I
is
am willing
5
to pay
red.
to know its secrets.
The Queen
Then
has little protection.
3, 5, 3, 1. Let's try it backwards. So 5. Nope. So I was right. He gave us one of the numbers. but it made me overthink it, so good job. Oh no. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of the attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind projected into another body. Oh, that's nice. I just hope that I don't have to do too much sneaking around here. Too much sneaking around. Too much sneaking around. Too much sneaking around, yeah. Alright, let's enter the madness.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him. "30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is,
This man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
These are alarming symptoms. If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's changing. His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise?
I
Cephalopod, perhaps.
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder, and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? in his office. What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Hay fever? What's he doing here?
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
Ah, a whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back.
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
Mrs. Sanders? Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the state in which Irene Sanders entered Riverside Institute, as well as treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. So whatever's going on has already gotten to her as well, which I have a good feeling of what is happening. Not, it hasn't happened yet, but
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. and I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
Ooh, maybe I can get the boiler room key.
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office. Chronic insomnia, like half the island. The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Alright.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again.
We've been waiting to be restocked for weeks.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
He doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on. Oh well, at least we won't have to do
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who made this.
Let's see.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation. I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Oh, so I gotta go back this way. Back to where that girl was cleaning the bathroom. Oh, that's the kitchen. Place is big. Alright, so there we go.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time. Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, miss. But it's about the water.
What now?
It's not my fault.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
A study of Stendhal syndrome, a particularly rare mental illness. Subjects display mental disorders linked to an exposure of works of art.
I should go another way. I should go another way. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the It goes without saying that these peculiar humans are the price that comes with their exceptional gifts.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here? Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
First, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
Poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came. I'm late. The Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set them all in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of other things. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Oh. That's nice, buddy.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colton. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Oh, the book projected Pierce into the body of Dr. Colden. The detective watched helplessly as Bradley Saran carried out her inquiry. Confronted with the experiments of Fuller, she got into his office and discovered that the director of the Riverside Institute was hiding information on, if not the body of, Sarah Hawkins. But she was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must save her before it's too late. Oh, God. Hopefully I get a save game. I wish this had a manual save, but it doesn't. This game is so intricate, but it's great. So much stuff going on in the game. It's very intriguing. I can't help but to love it. Please give me a save game. Oh, I can already tell I'm gonna have to hide doctors and everything.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
The diary of a revered Wickwood's wife. Her husband John built the first Hawkins home, called Hilltop, at the end of the 17th century. They were among the first white colonists of the island The previous inhabitants disappeared mysteriously 3 centuries earlier.
Old diary. Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her. My God, what is happening to me? What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else. What happened? Something has changed, but what?
Oh, don't tell me I have this thing following me around the office.
Where have I seen this symbol?
Destiny, it has trapped you.
confronting powers that surpass you.
Ooh.
It looks like things are back to normal.
Alright, so there's my game save.
What's going on? It never ends. Damnation. That's me.
Oh God! I gotta get out.
So this must be me going insane.
Pierce, I found her. I finally know what's going on. You must live and find the truth. It is already too late for me.
Cold? What's going on? Was it a hallucination?
Please take a seat and be quiet, Mr. Pierce. I'll be with you in a moment.
Stop whatever the hell you're doing and turn around now. No, it can't be.
No! You son of a bitch! What did you do to her?
I wish I could have done more experiments on you, Mr. Pierce.
I said, what did you do to her?
You shouldn't be sorry for your friend. You should envy her.
Murderer! This madness must stop!
Holden?
Ooh. It's intense. Oh.
what'd they do to you?
So she is still alive apparently. Or this could be him just going insane and imagining.
He gave him the gold and I, the azure. I don't see him very often anymore. The green is stronger.
Are you feeling ill?
I'm here, but no. No.
Let's get you out of here.
It comes in my dreams. Our minds melt like colors on a palette.
Come with me.
Is of the oldest green. A violent living, vibrant. A sea green, maybe. No. No.
Mrs. Hawkins, we must go before someone finds out.
Oh, but he will. He always knows these things when it's about me.
I have seen the same color. It was not as vivid as you said.
A pale copy. A discarded spawn.
Do you know what it was? Tell me.
I can't. We should not call his name. Terrible, terrible consequences.
All right. Come with me.
He will know. He will find us.
One more reason to hurry.
Have I seen you before?
Can you walk?
Maybe.
Then let's go before your husband finds us. It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards?
This way. Follow me.
What the?
Oh no.
It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards?
This way. Follow me.
What the?
Oh no.
How am I supposed to get around them? Alright, I'm going to leave this episode here. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I will continue this tomorrow. I really enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed playing it for y'all. So I hope y'all tune in tomorrow. Hope y'all enjoyed watching. Thank you, and have a good night.